Welcome to everyone to Macbeth, and you have seen the picture. The image tells something. The image has also the voice. Can anyone tell that what the image says to us? What it would what type of drama it may be? It is indication through the images. You have seen that. What are these? What are these? Two hands full of blood. What does it mean? There is a killing, suffering, or painful something is, or what? Disastrous something is waiting for, devastating something is waiting for us. So, this is another images. The image also tells us something else. You have seen that. What? The picture, the men, these are not of what? Ordinary or usual human being. They are the supernatural or something else. Okay? What they are, we are waiting to know it for the next. The drama Macbeth consists of 5 acts. Act 1 has 7 scenes. Act 2 has 4 scenes. Act 3 has 6 scenes. And Act 4 has 3. And Act 5 2 scenes. And this is the book. Okay? The book of Macbeth. You must keep it with you from the next class, because some dialogues we should underline or the point out, which indicates the main theme of the drama. Okay, the picture, the images also tells us something else. You have seen that it's of what? There are 3, and this is of what? Maybe a royal or something one else. Okay, but these 3 people try to stop the passer by raising their hands. Okay, what are they? Then actually it's an image. You have seen the characters of Macbeth. So there are some characters you have seen. What are they? First of all, from here I will start. That is what? Duncan, King of Scotland. King of Scotland. So remember that. It indicates of what? It indicates that the drama based on Scottish situation or their political conditions, the people's tormentations and everything as well. Why? Because who is the king? King of Scotland. Duncan is the king. He was killed very early, first night. Okay, we'll see that. Then what? Macbeth. The title of the drama is also Macbeth. And of what? Lady Macbeth. So you can easily understand that Lady Macbeth is the wife of Macbeth. Then it is of what? Banquo, friend of Macbeth. They are very close. And remember, Duncan is the king. He is the chief of the army. I mean the chief general of Scotland. And he is also another general. Okay. And these 2 people are so much courageous and national heroes, as they have defeated number of enemies in the battlefield. And Duncan and Macbeth has some relations. They are to some extent they are relative as well. Okay. Macduff, they know what? It is what? A province. He is the governor of the province. I mean, support. They know that is called 3 witches. At the very first 2 images, we have seen that the pictures I have already mentioned that the human being, they are not the usual human being. They are looking something else or supernatural. These are the 3 witches. The 3 witches play most significant role in Macbeth to divert Macbeth from good to bad. Okay. At the same time, that is of what? Malcolm, Duncan's son, and here to his throne. I mean, so what? Duncan has two sons. Malcolm is the eldest one and very much qualified and wise as well. So after his death, he will be the next king, and there are some other characters. Gradually will go there. Macbeth. The main characters were talking here today. The captain in Duncan's army, later the what? The lord of Grimm's and Corders. A captain in Duncan's army. I've already mentioned that. Captain of Duncan's army. Later the Thane or the Lord of Grimm's and Cordova. It was his. He has achieved it as he has shown his performance on the battlefield. Okay. When three witches predicted that he will one day be king of Scotland, he takes his fate into his own hands. Three witches, you know that. They are not a human being. Supernatural elements. Whenever these three witches tells him that, oh, we salute you today because we have a piece of information for you that one day you will be the king of Scotland. But in reality, it is not possible. Why? Because Duncan is alive, and his son Malcolm is going to be the next king after his death. So there is no way to be the king of Scotland by Macbeth. When three witches ensures that or prophesies that you are going to be the next king of Scotland, he of what? Takes his fate in his own hand. What does it mean that? He thinks that yes, this is a message for me that I have to kill the king, Duncan. For what reason? Otherwise, I cannot be the king of Scotland. So you have seen that misunderstanding or misprophecy is going to start from there. In Scotland, he takes his fate into his own hands, allowing his ambition and that of his wife to overcome his better judgment. His bloody reign culminates in a battle against Malcolm and the English forces. So you have seen that his tendency, he involves his wives also in his heinous task, his fatal tasks as well. Okay. Then what? Lady Macbeth. Have you noticed the picture, the images of Lady Macbeth? Have you noticed her hands? Full of bloods. Full of bloods. What does it indicate that? She is a murderer. She is a murderer killer. What is that? The devilish wife of Macbeth. The devilish wife of Macbeth, whose ambition helps to drive her husband towards the desperate act of murder. It was quite impossible if she doesn't help her husband Macbeth to kill Duncan. Never Macbeth fulfills his desire. Both of them, husband and wife, have highly ambitious. They were highly ambitious. As a result, one helps the other. Okay? So equally both are responsible. But most of the case we have seen that most of the critics mention that there are 4 witches in the drama. 3 witches we have already mentioned. We have already got that. They are supernatural elements. And some critics mention that Lady Macbeth is another witch, as she has lost her motherly affectionate. Rather, she becomes a what? Devilish tendency to what? Kill the king of Scotland. Okay. Subsequently, her husband's cruelty and her own guilt recoil on her, sending her into a madness from which she never recovers. At the end, in Act 5, we will see that Lady Macbeth, she kills herself. She commits suicide because she could not bear the sufferings after killing Duncan. As a result, we have seen that the blood, full of blood of her hands, she could never remove it. But from the external world, we have seen that blood is of what? Easily removed, or we can wash it very easy way. But what? Whenever it spaces in your mind, you can never remove it. Then of what? Banquo, we have already mentioned that. Banquo is a close friend of Macbeth. Have you noticed the picture? Have you noticed the picture? What does it mean that he is victimized here? If you compare, so there is a picture of Macbeth. That's of what? Lady Macbeth and Banquo's picture. You have seen that. What's happened? It indicates that she kills something else. She murders someone else. But it indicates that what? She is attacked by someone else. I mean, he is a victimized, okay, one. Banquo, a fellow captain and companion of Macbeth, who also receives a prophecy from the witches that his children will one day succeed to the throne of Scotland. This information is sufficient to spell his death at the hand of what? Resentful Macbeth, who is later haunted by Banquo's ghost. Just after killing Banquo by Macbeth or his followers, the ghost appears. When they are in the dining table, they are ready to have their dinner. In that time, the ghost of Banquo is what? Seen. It means of what? I've already mentioned that there is a belief in Elizabethan era, when someone is killed illegally or someone is not buried properly, their ghost appears and reappears again and again. Similarly, it indicates that as his ghost is seen, it means of what? He was killed, okay, cruelly or illegally. Next, Malcolm. We have already mentioned that Malcolm is the son of what? Eldest son of Duncan, King of Scotland. He is victorious against rebellious what? Kingsmen, and the Norwegians have made him a popular and honored king. His decision to pass the kingdom to his son Malcolm provokes his untimely death at the hands of Macbeth. So, whenever Macbeth conquers the power, and he is also driven away by Macbeth, but he managed to save himself. What? Leaving the place, and later he goes where? First of all, he goes to Norway. Later he comes to England for help, and because of these two countries' help, finally we have seen that he becomes of what? He becomes victorious, killing Macbeth, and he becomes again the king of Scotland. And this is the right way to come in the power. That's why he has also plays a vital role. As a result, you have seen that the images also tell something is of what? This is of what? The symbol of the kingship or Isles. And if we see he is of what? Isles, we have seen that he is very much intellectual one and wise one. Okay. Next of what one? Fleance. He is the son of Banquo. Okay. So Banquo's son, who by escaping Macbeth's plot in his life will go on to be further to a line of things. Can you remember or recall your minds about the three witches? I have already mentioned the three witches. Okay, three witches proposes two important things. First of all, he says that Macbeth, you are going to be the next king. As a result, Macbeth what? Kills Duncan, the king of Scotland. Later on, these three witches prophecy also that you are the first and last king of your family. I mean, it indicates whom? Macbeth. But whenever Banquo was also with him, with whom? With Macbeth. These three witches mentioned that what? A series of kings will be, will come in power, throne. I mean, so what? Vanquish, next generation will conquer the power, or will be the king of Scotland, one after another. And finally we have seen that it becomes true. Though after the death of, after the killing of death of Macbeth, we have seen that who come in the power? Malcolm. After Malcolm, maybe the members of Banquo come in power. Okay. And he has another vital role also. What is that? Banquo's son, who is escaping King Mac's plot on his life, will go on to be father to a line of kings. And at the same one thing, how he is escaping. After the killing of Duncan, Macbeth one day declares that Banquo knows hidden of what? Macbeth. So if he is alive, one day he will be attacked by this man. At the same time, friends, he is also strong and the wise son of Banquo. So it's a time to kill them. And he has made a plan of what? In the night, invite all the royal people, all the high officials to attend a dinner. That is called banquet. Okay? A dinner. And on the way, when they are coming, he sends few soldiers to kill them. In the dark night, Banquo was killed, but somehow, please, managed to escape the place, and he survived. And he goes to England, and there, what? He organized some soldiers to revolt against Macbeth. Finally, we have seen that Malcolm, Flames, they attack whom? They attack Macbeth, and they become victorious. Then Donalbain and Malcolm. Donalbain is the youngest son of Duncan, and Malcolm is the elder son of Duncan. Duncan's two sons, fearful of implication in their father's murder, they flee Scotland. Donalbain to Ireland and Malcolm to England, where he raises a large army with the intention of toppling the tyrant Macbeth. The tyrant Macbeth. Two brothers don't think to stay in a single place. For what reason? It's a strategy. A strategy for what? If the enemies finds one, they will find another one also. Better if they live in two places. It was quite impossible to attack both of them at a time. That's why they can think in this way, and they change their places. And these two brothers images it is. Macduff. We have Macduff. Who is the Macduff? A Dane, nobleman of Scotland, who discovers the murder of King Duncan. Very first, no one could understand who is the killer of Duncan, but Macduff, he himself discovers that it is none but Macbeth. He himself kills Duncan. So you can understand that whenever Macbeth realizes the fact, Macduff knows his activities. So Macduff's life is also becoming risk, and he is also driven away by Macbeth. Duncan, then what? Suspecting Macbeth and eventually turning against him, Macduff later flees to England to join Malcolm. Who is Malcolm? The son of Duncan. When Macbeth arranges the murder of his wife and children, Macduff swears personal revenge. Macbeth once intends to kill Macduff. He knows if Macduff is alive, the secret will be disclosed to each and everyone, and in that time people will revolt against him. So better he must kill. But whenever he sends a soldier, Macbeth could understand that the enemies are coming to kill him, and he escapes the place. Instead of arresting or get as they fail to, the enemies fail to arrest him, they kill his son and his wife. After knowing the news or information, Macbeth swears of what? Take revenge against Macbeth. So there are some other characters as well. They are the minor character, not the major character. Who are them? Lennox, Rose, Menteith, Angus, Caithness, Thanes of Scotland, all of whom eventually turn against the tyrannical Macbeth. They are actually the government of the province, different province. But at first they are observing everything. Gradually they have started understanding that what happens actually in that night. And everything happened because of what? Everything was happened because of Macbeth. So they have decided to be united one after another and fight against whom? Tyrannic Macbeth. Next, the porter, the old man, and the doctors. 3. What? Commentators on events, all of whom have a certain degree of wisdom and foresight. The porter hints that hell-like nature of Macbeth's castle. The porter, you know that the meaning of the porter? After seeing the castle, he predicts that it is nothing but it is of what? Hell-like nature. As I have already mentioned that the arrangement of the incidents, it indicates that what it tells. Have you got the proof here? I mean, so what? After seeing the castle, the setting of the incidents of the castle and the activities of the castle of Macbeth, the porter indicates that it is nothing but a hellish game. Hellenic activities is there. Okay? Next of what? The old man associates the murder of King Duncan with the instability of the natural world. The doctors recognize, and the old man, another thing is that what? The old man claims that in that night, whenever he comes out from his home, he has seen some unusual, unnatural things in the sky. The scenery of the sky indicates that in that night something would happen. And the next morning, whenever he gets the news, the murder of Duncan, he tells everyone that yes, I have seen something happens because in the sky I have seen some unusual scenery. Okay, so that's why he also what? His weaknesses is also important to disclose the truth as well. And the doctors recognize diseases and the disorder even though they cannot cure it. What? Especially in case of Lady Macbeth. When Lady Macbeth is suffering a lot, she is under treatment. But there is no way to what? There is no way to recover it. The doctors suggest that there is no medicine to recure them because it is her mental diseases. She may have done some task from which she can never get rid of. Okay? So, and finally we'll tell of what? 3 witches. You have seen the scene of the 3 witches, the image of the 3 witches. Of what? 3 agents of fate who reveal the truth to Macbeth and Banquo, and who later appear to confirm the downfall and tragic destiny of the tyrannical Macbeth. Everything, these few, everything is disclosed by them. If they don't appear at the very beginning of the drama of the in front of Macbeth and Banquo, I think the scenery may be different. So you have seen that number of characters we have. I mean, so all the characters we have discussed briefly. Later on, I mean, in the next class, we are going to discuss in detail from text. Okay. Who are the characters? I have already mentioned the Duncan, the King of Scotland. Then who? Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, Banquo. Then Malcolm, Macduff, Three Witches, Fleance, Donald Brain. Donald Brain is what? The younger son of Duncan. Doctors, Porter, Old Man. These are the characters of Macbeth. Okay. So thank you everyone today.